What up, boys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we got another episode in the series Loot from 100 Runs. If you guys have missed the series, I got like all the videos in the playlist, but it's basically just me doing a certain dungeon 100 times, saving all the loot so I can do a video like this one and show you guys what I received doing it 100 times. And it could also be like an open world farm and not a dungeon, but in that case, I do it for 10 hours rather than doing it 100 times, right? So in today's video, we're doing BRD. Well, I've already done BRD 100 times. I'm here to show you guys the loot table. First, I want to show you guys quickly, we're going to go through what route did I do, because BRD is one of those dungeons where it's not just straightforward. Just follow the dungeon, you can't go wrong. You can't do any alternative routes. There's a lot of different routes you can take in BRD. So I'm just going to show you guys the route that I do. And the beauty of BRD is that you could technically never get locked out of the dungeon if you just do a long enough route, because it's a big dungeon. It's a very big dungeon. Before I show you guys the route, I do want to mention that you guys can still get the 0 to 10 million gold guide. And if you use the code shadowlands, you will get it for 50% off. It's basically a book that I made over a year ago, and it contains all the methods that I constantly use to go from 0 gold and all the way to 10 million gold. So make sure to check that one out. And also, if you're going to play Season of Mastery, you guys can get the complete gold guide for Classic WoW using code CLASSIC. Really handy to have when Season of Mastery launches or like early on, because it contains a lot of the early on gold farms to do while you level. So make sure to check that one out too. Links in the description. And now I'm going to do the route. I'm not going to loot when I do the route because, well, I don't want to mess up. I don't want this video to be a loot from 101 runs. And frankly, I just enjoy farming. I don't need the gold. So I'm just running it to show you guys the route that I'm using. Now, keep in mind, I did say that BRD is a long dungeon. So if you do it with a tune that doesn't have a speed set, you need to shorten down the routes, right? Otherwise, it's not going to be efficient for you, because the whole clue is to kill as many mobs as you can in 6 minutes, because you get dungeon locked in 6 minutes. Well, in 60 minutes. You can do 10 runs in 60 minutes, so 6 minutes per run. 10 times 6, 60 minutes. That's like the optimal time you want to spend in a dungeon. So try to kill as many mobs as you can within those 6 minutes. I usually, when I'm live streaming and slacking, I usually spend like 7 minutes actually. And after an hour, I've only done like 9 runs. So keep also in mind that if you have mining on a farming tune, that's really good inside of BRD, because you will get these dark iron ore that you can melt into a dark iron bar, and they tend to be very expensive. Also, if you're lucky, when you mine the dark iron ore, you can get Blood of the Mountain, a material that sells for like easily 1,000 gold plus. It's really good. So I just finished going around this cellar place thingy, the detention block. Now I'm doing this lap, the full lap around. I featured this in a video a while ago as well, probably many times, but I decided it was time to show it again. So I'm not saying that this is the most optimal route and this is the only route that you should do, because it does depend on your speed and everything. It's just a route that I really enjoy doing. And then I clear this room right here, but I do not click this Shadowforge lock, because that's not a part of my route. I know that some people do that route in BRD. Not a big fan of it. So instead, I just skip it, and I will enter the arena soon and kill all the spectators. So the reason why you want to farm BRD, a lot of people are wondering about that. I did make an original video for every dungeon that I gold farm called the typical, like, how good is Alderman? How good is RFD? Right? Why are people farming Sulfuric? And I explain what items can drop, and I have in the description of those videos the name of every single item worth keeping that's of interest. And I have the same thing for BRD, but it's mainly for world drop items. Like, there's a lot of world drop items that's really good, like Destiny, Cloudkeeper leg plates. You have the Skull Flame Shield, which is really good, and some patterns and plans. But then you also have some items that are specific to BRD that could be really expensive. Some of them used to be like 20 to 30,000 gold, and right now they're sub 1,000 gold. Because like there's way too many people farming it compared to people, like the supply versus demand. It doesn't make sense. So they've plummeted in value. So now I'll just clear out these rooms right here. If I had the energy, there we go. This one. And when you're looting these mobs, like when you kill these guys, you will loot these keys, right? I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find one right now. Just randomly like this. Never lucky. But you will loot keys that you can use to open up the coffins, which I'm going to show you. These relic coffer keys. So you can pick these up when you're clearing the ads. And then you can go into this room right here, the black vaults. So the cool thing about the black vault is that when you open up these relic coffer doors, there's like a small chest inside. Now that chest can give you, where did I put mine? These, the dark iron baby booties. Now this is needed to get one of the Borealis pets. So 20,000 gold for a pair of gray boots with a 0.05 sell rate. It doesn't make sense, right? But they actually sell. It's insane. They do, because people want the Borealis pet. So it's at least worth to just do it for a couple of runs, so you have some of them, so you have them up on the auction house, because you never know when they're actually going to sell. And on top of that, you can get the Chance Imperial robe from those chests. So I'm going to admit that I personally, I don't do it. I just rush through the dungeon. I can't be arsed to deal with the coffin keys. But that's because I do have like Chance Imperial and the boots already up on the auction now. So it's kind of like meh. And on these 100 runs, I didn't even do mining for dark iron ore because I have a ton of it stored on my material bank. But you guys should always do it though. So kill this guy. And this is actually towards the end of the run. You can kill this guy if you have these guys if you have like a speed set. I normally just skip them, kill them just to acquire like my speed set with the food buff and so on. And this area right here is actually really good because there's a lot of these nice packs of elites. So kill these. And this is where you really got to take a look at the timer and see how much time you've spent. Because if you spent a lot of time already, it's not worth it to go to the end of the dungeon necessarily and kill the boss and then run back in. It might be better to just run out this this door right here, the Shadowforge gate, like run out of the instance, reset the dungeon, and go back in. And that is pretty much the route that I've used for all of these 100 runs. And now we're gonna do the interesting part. We're going to take a look at how much gold I've made, how much value I have obtained from doing it 100 times. So I already showed you guys the dark iron ore. Now this is 5,000 gold of my realm, 9,000 gold reaching market value just from killing mobs. Because you can kill mobs like the mining mobs just outside of Lord, and they will drop you dark iron ore. This has nothing to do with mining, but if you do mine, you're going to make like guaranteed 5,000 gold an hour minimum. That's like minimum 5k. So it is worth doing mining if you have mining on your tune. Showed you the dark iron baby booties. I kept some items that always tends to sell, like the swashbuckler's eye patch, the ebon hold and the hibernal, the gossamer, like all of these items, alabaster. Some of them have really bad value. It's just, look at it, I got none on the auction house right now because they always sell. They always fly off the auction house. So I don't really give a shit about its value. Look at the sell rate of these. I already have 13 of them up on the auction house because I just finished another video and I posted some. But like all of this stuff moves. That's why I have them. It's like, I look at it as selling just materials. You know they're going to sell. So in terms of epics, I sadly didn't get any really good one. I got a Lifestone, which sucks. I already have 2 on the auction house. It's almost impossible to move them. And then I got myself a ring. Same thing with the ring, sadly. I got double Warden Staff. It's one of the worst epics. I got the Terran Icebreaker. It's not a good item at all. It really isn't. And then the Stone Renderer Gauntlet. So super super unlucky on the type of epics that I got, but 6 epics in 100 runs or 10 hours isn't actually that bad. So this one right here, the Funeral Pyre Vestment, is a BRD specific items, but it's one of the items that I mentioned that's dog shit compared to the Battle Chaser's Greaves, which they're really up and down, but they've been sub 1,000 gold for a very long time too. You also get this helmet that's called Brain Cage, I believe, but that was like 70 gold on my realm, so I just ventured all of them, and I got a bunch of them. So I did get some good items though. I got like some Searing Needles. They tend to sell 4.4k gold each on my realm right now. I got the Judge's Gavel, 4 of those, selling for almost 7,000 gold each right now. I got the Doomforge Straight Edge, the Ninja Sword. Now, I always sell these. They always sell for me, so that was good. I just wish that I got more of them, or that it was valued closer to market value right now. But the best items of them all, the best item you can actually get in a dungeon, besides from like a Skullflame Shield, is this one. The Spire of the Stone Shaper. This bad boy right here, going for, on my realm, 492,000 gold, has a market value of 499, region market value average of 330,000 gold. These are really good. I've sold a bunch of them in the past. Already have one up on the auction house from last time. But yeah, eventually they will definitely sell. So all in all, like the combined value of everything that's in my bags is, yeah, like roughly 1.4 million gold. So if I take away the, well, almost like right under 1 million gold from the staffs, we're still looking at over 400,000 gold, 40k an hour. But with the staffs, it makes it into like a whopping 140,000 gold an hour farm when everything sells. When everything sells, that is. But that was also it for today's video. So thank you all so much for watching. Can't wait to get the next video out there. So make sure you subscribe for that and check out the 0 to 10 million gold guide and the Season of Mastery gold guide. And I will see you all back in on tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.